I wake up with new mercy, another chance to breathe again. Every morning brings a promise that you are faithful to the end. What once felt like confusion is now a part of something good. You are working in the details, just like I always knew you would. Every step is in your hand, I am safe within your plan. My story is not over yet, it's unfolding in your grace. Every moment, every breath leads me to a better place. Oh, you are writing something beautiful, more than I could understand. My story is not over yet, it's held within your hands. Every season brings new meaning, every delay has a reason. What I thought was just a waiting was a season of preparation. Now I see your hand of kindness guiding me in every way, turning every small beginning into something great today. Even when I cannot see, you are shaping destiny. My story is not over yet, it's unfolding in your grace. Every moment, every breath leads me to a better place. Oh, you are writing something beautiful, more than I could understand. My story is not over yet, it's held within your hands. You turn every page with purpose, nothing wasted, nothing lost. Every chapter shows your goodness, every moment shows your love. I will walk in hope and promise, I will trust you all my days. You are faithful through the process, you are worthy of all praise. My story is not over yet, it is full of hope and light. You are leading me forward, step by step into your light. Oh, everything you do is perfect, everything you plan is good. you like I should. I walked through days I couldn't understand, holding on with empty hands. Every step felt heavier than before, like I was knocking on a closed door. I didn't see a reason, I didn't see a sign, just questions running through my mind. But even when I lost control, you were gently leading my soul. When I didn't know where to go, you were still in control. You were my way through it all, when I was about to fall, when I couldn't find the light, you were holding me so tight. You were my way through it all, even when I felt so small. You never let me go. You were my way through it all. There were nights I couldn't find my peace, like every fear had its release. I tried to stand, but I was breaking inside. Still, you were the reason I survived. Every tear I thought was lost was never wasted, never lost. You were working in the pain, turning everything to gain. I see it now, you were there, even when I wasn't aware. Every valley, every storm was where your love kept me warm. You were my way through it all, when I was about to fall. Every broken part of me, you turned into victory. You were my way through it all. Now I finally stand tall. I will never walk alone. You were my way through it all. Through it all. You were my way. I walk through seasons I don't understand, but scattered pieces I could not mend. Heavy was the weight I used to carry, lost in the shadows that surrounded me. But in the quiet you called my name. You saw my heart through all the pain. With patient love you reached for me and set my weary soul free. What was lost, you restored in grace. Now I stand in a different place. I am no longer broken. Your love has made me whole. Every chain is now unspoken. You have redeemed my soul. What was once a life in pieces now is held by you alone. I am no longer broken. I am made new in your love. Every scar that tells my past is a story of grace that lasts. You turned ashes into praise, gave me hope for all my days. Now I walk in freedom's light. No more fear to hold me tight. What you started, you will complete. Your victory in me is deep. Step by step, you lead me on till the old within is gone. I am no longer broken. Your love has made me whole. Every chain is now unspoken. You have redeemed my soul. What was once a life in pieces now is held by you alone. I am no longer broken. I am made new in your love. You rebuild what was destroyed, fill the empty with your joy. Every tear you have redeemed, more than I could ever dream. Now my life is a testimony of your mercy, of your glory. What was broken is now healed. In your presence I am sealed. I am no longer broken. I am living in your grace. Every word you have spoken has brought me to this place. From the darkness into freedom, from the lost to one made whole. I am no longer broken. I am yours, and I am whole. I was tired in a way words could never explain. Smiling on the outside, but quietly breaking inside. Every step felt heavier than the one before. Like I was standing in a battle I could not fight anymore. I tried to pray, but my voice kept fading away. Like hope was slipping slowly through the silence of my day. And in that place where no one really knew my name, I felt the weight of everything I could not change. There were nights I just stared at the ceiling and cried, not even asking for answers, just asking for life. And somehow in that emptiness so deep and so wide, I didn't know it then, but you were already by my side. Even when I couldn't see it, even when I couldn't feel it, you met me in the dark. When I was falling apart, not to judge me for my scars, but to hold my broken heart. You met me in the dark, and you called me by my name, slowly turning all my pain into something I can't explain. There were moments I felt forgotten by everyone, like my story had been written, but my chapter was undone. I carried silent questions I could never say out loud, walking through crowded places, feeling empty in the crowd. But you saw what was hidden behind my broken smile. You understood my silence, you stayed with me all the while. Not with condemnation, but with mercy so deep. You reached into my struggle and you carried me to peace. And every tear I thought was wasted in the night was somehow building bridges I could not see in the light. You were writing restoration in the places I fell, turning my silent suffering into stories I will tell. And every step I didn't notice, you were faithful all along. You met me in the dark when I was falling apart, not to judge me for my scars, but to hold my broken heart. You met me in the dark, and you called me by my name, slowly turning all my pain into something I can't explain. Now I understand it clearer than before. What I thought was the end was an open door. Every shadow I walked through, every tear I cried, was leading me to mercy I could not deny. You never left me stranded in my deepest night. You were turning every weakness into light. And now I see the beauty in the way you stayed, even when I didn't know you were making a way. You met me in the dark, then you brought me into light. Every fear I held inside was surrendered in your sight. You met me in the dark, then you called me out of pain. Now my life will not be the same, because your love still remains. You met me in the dark. am still in wonder of how you saved my life.
I was sitting in the middle of my breaking point, trying to smile, but my heart had lost its voice. Everything around me felt so far away, like even my own strength had nothing left to say. I didn't have the words, I didn't have the light, just quiet battles I was fighting every night. And in that place where I thought I was alone, something deeper was carrying me home. You were closer than I knew. I found you in the silence when everything was breaking down. I found you in the quiet when there was no other sound. You were never far away, even when I lost my way. I found you in the silence. Empty thoughts hanging heavy in the air. I walked through days where nothing felt the same, smiling through tears I couldn't even name. But you were there in every unseen cry, in every question I kept inside. Slowly I began to realize your voice. It wasn't in the noise, it was my quiet choice. Ooh, you never left my side. You gave me life inside. Even in my broken waiting, you were still creating hope. I found you in the silence when everything was breaking down. I found you in the quiet when there was no other sound. You were never far away, even when I lost my way. I found you in the silence, and you stayed. You stayed. And I cried, I didn't know you were near. Ooh, you were calming my fear. Every silence had your name, and I will never be the same. You were working in the stillness. Ooh, you were healing what was broken.
When my strength was gone, I couldn't pray out loud. Tears were all I had, drowning every sound. I walked through nights where hope felt so far away. Still you were there, I just couldn't see your face. I thought I lost my way forever, but love was holding me together. You stayed when I fell apart, when I broke in the dark. You didn't turn away, you never walked away. Even when I had nothing left to give, you were the reason I still live. You stayed, you stayed. When I fell apart, every shattered piece you gently restored. What I thought was the end, you turned it into more. Grace in every scar, mercy in my pain. You wrote a new song inside my broken name. Now I see it clear, you were never gone. You were holding me all along. You stayed when I fell apart, when I broke in the dark. You didn't turn away, you never walked away. Even when I had nothing left to give, you were